Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Bold Metal Nerd coming at you with another video. And since in my last video I talked about overrated rock bands, I thought in this video I would, go the other direction and talk about some underrated rock bands. Now, I kind of struggled with should I focus on more well-known acts or more obscure acts for bands that are what I would consider to be underrated. Because if they're a well-known act, it's hard to argue that they're underrated because pretty much any well-known act is going to have some fairly broad recognition. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk about just a number of bands at different success levels. And then I am going to talk about a band that I personally feel is very underrated and deserves a lot more success than they have. They're actually one of my favorite bands, and I've mentioned them in several other videos. So if you can figure it out before I even get to it, that's great. But I'm gonna start off with some. We'll just start off with some classic rock bands. ELO, or Electric Light Orchestra. They've actually put out a really good amount of good music, but only, a few of their songs are really well known. They actually have a pretty good catalog. Um, they're definitely worth investigating. Another one is CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Yeah, I know that they're a pretty well known band, but again, I think in my opinion that band is also a lot more than their singles. Um, and there are, let's see, I'm just gonna look through my personal collections. You're gonna just see a bit more of a glare, so I apologize, guys. So another one that's really obvious. This isn't classic rock. Well, some of their stuff I guess could classify as classic rock. Living Color. Of course, the song that they're really known for is Cult of Personality, but they have a lot, I mean a lot of really good music. King's X is a very obscure band that's also quite good. Very progressive, lots of really tasty music in there. They deserve a lot more attention than they get. Let's see, who else do I feel is really underrated? Um, to a degree, I felt, now they did have some success back in the late 80s, early 90s, but I think they should have been a little bit bigger than they were. Ugly Kid Joe, in my opinion, quite a talented band. And yeah, they did have some success, but maybe it could have went a little further. And let's go ahead here and we'll swing back. We swing back to classic rock. Two other slightly underappreciated bands would be Blue Oyster Cult, maybe Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Let's see who else we got here. And that's pretty much gonna end a little bit of ZZ Top. Again, I know a lot of these bands that I named did have a fair amount of success and are fairly well known. There's no doubt that they're not all like obscure bands that nobody knows about, but a few of them were a little bit more obscure. Again, that's why I kind of struggled with what should the contents of this particular video be, because I knew if I did well-known bands, you'd be like, oh, everybody knows them. How are they underrated? But, maybe they're not known for really what they should be or whatever. Now, in my opinion, probably, now, this can be argued all day long as to who the most underrated band is. This band isn't super obscure, but they don't have the level of success, frankly, that I think they deserve. And the band I'm talking about is Monster Magnet. They did have two semi-hits. First one was in like '92. It was a Mega Sonic Teenage Warhead, and then of course they had another one a couple of years later, Space Lord. And those are really the only two songs that ever got them any sort of radio play or MTV attention or anything. And they are one hell of a great hard rock band, in my opinion. I mean, their music is just, it's awesome, for lack of a better term. Now, a somewhat, they're not really super similar, but a band sort of in that same vein that is having a lot of success right now, Volbeat. I certainly think Volbeat deserve their success. They are a great band. In fact, I would say they are absolutely the best mainstream rock band that we have right now. In fact, I'd say they're the best mainstream rock band we've gotten in at least 15 years. That's gotten a lot of national attention and really well known. So Volbeat most certainly deserves their success. I'm not saying they don't, but I think Monster Magnet, personally, again, this is just personal opinion, all of this, I think they deserve that level of success as well because of the talent present in that band, the great songwriting, the great albums, all that. So anyway, that's going to pretty much wrap this up. I know I kind of went in a few different directions on this. This isn't a super long video, but it's kind of hard thinking what's the right direction, so a little bit rambling. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this. As always, if you did like it, please thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.